Okay, all right. Good afternoon, everybody. Notice is hereby given that in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, the laws of 1975, notice of this meeting has been sent to all school offices, officially designated newspapers, filed with the Township Clerk, and posted in the Board of Education office 48 hours in advance of this meeting. Roll call vote, please.
Certainly. Mrs. Asor.
Here.
Mrs. Austin.
Here.
Mrs. Berkowitz.
Here.
Mrs. Leffler.
Here.
Mr. White.
Here.
Mr. Rossini.
Here. Flag salute, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. With regard to my report, I really don't have much. Hard to believe only that 6 weeks ago it was like 0 degrees, it feels like, and that today it's 80s. But apart from that, that's good because we don't have to worry about snowstorms or anything else like that. But apart from that, just hope everybody had a good break, and I'm going to move on to committee reports. Mr. White, Buildings and Grounds?
Nothing to report this evening.
Okay. Mrs. Berkowitz, Communications and Policies?
Nothing for tonight.
Okay. Mrs. Austin, Curriculum and Technology?
Yes, we actually did have a meeting tonight. Everything went well. Always look forward to Ms. Dowling and Ms. Signori, Ms. Ippolito, and everybody's input. There are a lot of exciting things coming this next year. And I think everybody should be looking forward to the district assessment report always. But yeah, all good things, and that's it.
All right, terrific. Mrs. Pintarelli is not here. Do we have anything to report with finance? Nope. I have nothing to report tonight on negotiations. And Mrs. Asor, personnel.
Just that our next meeting is May 5th at 6 o'clock.
All right, terrific. Thank you. Okay. With regard to public comments on agenda items only, I'm going to read a certain admonition, and that would also be true later on when we do non-agenda items, public comments. So with regard to this, the Rivervale Board of Education is committed to encouraging the citizens of Rivervale and employees of the Rivervale School District to speak directly to board trustees. In order to facilitate this communication, residents and employees are requested, 1, to sign in before speaking, 2, to maintain an appropriate sense of decorum, and 3, to limit their remarks to no more than 5 minutes. The board will also take under advisement the written comments and opinions of non-residents that are submitted to the board secretary. Being mindful of its responsibility to maintain the orderly conduct of meetings, the board retains the right to rule on such matters as the speaker's right to address the board, as well as the appropriateness of the subject being presented. The board's decision in such matters is final. The board also reminds all members of the public that while it subscribes without reservation to the principle of keeping the community informed, by policy and law, it cannot allow public discussion of personnel matters, nor can trustees comment on any current or pending litigation. If a matter concerning an employee of the Rivervale Public Schools is of interest or concern to a resident, the matter should be referred to the responsible building principal or the superintendent of schools by telephone, letter, or email. Now open up the meeting to public comments at approximately 7:05 p.m. Anybody who wants to make a comment on an agenda item? No? Okay. Then I'll close it at 7:05 p.m. and I will move on to Mrs. Signori's report, the superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I just want to kind of remind everybody that our spring event season is upon us now, so we're going to start seeing a lot of school events happening. Our third grade students will kick things off for us with their spring concerts starting next week with Roberge. And then as we move through the season, please make sure you're keeping an eye out with our all of our important dates that are coming up. I did send the board in my last Friday email a bunch of Holdrum dates, so mark your calendars accordingly if you are coming to graduation or awards nights, things like that, the spring concerts. That's all in there. And then for our community, just make sure you're reading those newsletters from your principals for all of the dates. We've got things like I said, the musical coming up. We've got moving up ceremonies, graduation ceremonies, award nights coming. So it gets really busy, the calendar. So just keep an eye on that. It's a great time of year. It really gives us the opportunity to showcase our students' talents and their creativity and all the hard work that they've been doing with their teachers all year. And we just hope to see a lot of our families there. It's really great when we get any opportunity to have our families come in and be part of that experience with our students and celebrate our students. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Terrific. That sounds like a lot of fun. Spring is always fun, isn't it? And I will move on to Mrs. Ippolito, Board Secretary's report.
Okay. I hope everybody had a nice break. And to echo Mr. Rossini's comments, it's nice to have nice weather. So just for the board's edification, in the last board meeting, we had indicated that we were going to be going out for RFPs for the special ed related services. And we did receive a number of responses. I will be going over those responses. It was for occupational therapy, physical therapy, ABA therapy, and speech and language therapy. So we had a nice response from a number of different agencies and vendors. I'll be going over those with Mrs. DiCatano on Friday, and I hope to get before the board some recommendations for us to award services and contracts. And I also want to bring to the board's attention that while we have the annual conference down at NJ School, it's NJ School Boards Association, and it's down in Atlantic City, and that's in October. The hotels have become quite a challenge to get. So what I will tell you all is, before anybody speaks, hear me out. Because there's so many of us that usually go, we were able to secure resorts. However, I understand that that's not a popular choice for all. So what I'm going to say to you is that you have an option. If you would like to book your own hotel room, please speak to me. I'll have you book your hotel rooms. You will be reimbursed at the same rate that you would be reimbursed for resorts, but you can select your hotel of choice. I just need to make sure that you follow up with getting me your receipts, because otherwise I can't reimburse you. So I would highly recommend that you book your rooms now, because they have very limited capacity. So worst case scenario, if you want to stay at resorts, you have a room. If you'd like to go to Hard Rock or Borgata or wherever else you'd like to go, please just let me know, okay? And that's all I have to report.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to general resolutions G1 through G4. May I have a motion, please?
I'll motion.
Second, please.
Second.
Any questions, discussion? Thank you. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Certainly. Mr. White,
Yes.
Mrs. Leffler,
Yes.
Mrs. Berkowitz,
Yes.
Mrs. Austin,
Yes.
Mrs. Assour,
Yes.
Mr. Rossini.
Yes. And now moving on to business resolutions B1 through B13. Will somebody please move it?
I'll move it.
Second, please.
A second.
And discussion or questions. I just noticed in B9 and B10 that we got two grants or people or organizations who've made a contribution, which I think is good. In terms of focus, can you just explain what that is a little bit more?
Certainly. That is for the district's assessments.
Literacy assessments, sorry.
We had received the same grant, a little bit more, last year, and this is the second year that they're offering this grant, and it's based on a per-student basis. So all we have to do is accept.
All right, so that's good. And the Audubon Society, does that come with any catches? What do we do with that?
That is for, it's for the purchase of binoculars to be used at Roberge.
Yeah, there's no catches.
Yeah.
No, I mean, in other words, sometimes people give a grant, and they say, you know what, you have to use these binoculars and for certain times, certain places.
No.
whatever.
We did, the last time that we received money from this organization, it was to build owl houses.
Owl houses. It's usually our, it's a lot of times it's our gifted and talented programs that go out for them. I know Eric Mitchell, one of our teachers, has typically gone out for grants from this organization.
Right.
But yeah, they're pretty good, no strings attached.
Right, either way, I think it's terrific to get money, so it's always good. All right, any other questions? No? All right. Roll call vote, please.
Certainly. Mrs. Austin?
Yes.
Mrs. Leffler?
Yes.
Mrs. Asor?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mrs. Berkowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rossini?
Yes. Now moving on to personnel resolutions P1 through P11. May I have a motion, please?
I'll move it.
Okay, and discussion.
I just want to say, I noticed Mrs. Arbaji is retiring. I want to wish her well, and she was an amazing teacher. I'm kind of wishing she could last one more year for my youngest, but it's okay. Well, she'll be missed. Wish her luck.
Yeah, I was looking at all the retirements, the three of them here, Mrs. Calabrese and Ms. Bettinelli and Mrs. Arbaji. With regard to Mrs. Arbaji, I think my son had her maybe when she's one of her first or second year teaching here, and so my experience with her throughout it's been a long period, and again another terrific teacher. So I echo your sentiments, but in addition, I think these other two teachers will also be missed. So Ms. Calabrese and Bettinelli. So that's it. Anything else? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Certainly. Mrs. Asor?
Yes.
Mrs. Austin?
Yes.
Mrs. Berkowitz?
Yes.
Mrs. Leffler?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Rossini?
Yes. Okay, moving on to public comments on general items. I've already read the rules with regard to making comments, so I'm going to open it, and the same rules apply for general items, so I'm going to open it at approximately 7:13. Does anybody want to make a public comment on a general item? Nope. Okay, so I'll close it at 7:13. Old business? New business? And I know we're going into closed. Motion to go into closed, anybody?
Motion. to go
All
into
right,
closed
thank you.
session.
Second? All right. All right, anybody against going into closed? Okay. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your coming to see what we do here. And we're done, and we're not coming out again. Okay? Thank you.